So Adam just walked outside because another inspector came to look at the ramp stuff. So he's been outside for a while and it's not looking good. So I hope you're out there, Adam, doing your thing, because it's a little nervous wracking for us over here. So there's two ladies and a dude. Second set of inspectors to come. Doesn't look too good, but
first day.
Our fingers are crossed. All the workers came from Michigan and all the wood has come now. So if they're pulling the plug on this now, that would really suck. At least it's better than after it being built. You nervous?
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
I'm so nervous because Adam's gonna freak. Either way, even if they're like, oh, we have to do more research, he's gonna be so nervous now. And we got like 2 weeks ahead of us of building, and then it's just gonna be here for as long as we live here.
That's true.
It's like they could pull the plug any day.
Let's hope they just give him a little fine.
All right, so unfortunately, inspectors have been at the house all day. We've had people coming and telling us that the ramp is not going to work. We didn't think that we'd have to pull a permit or do any of that stuff because it's not a permanent structure, but the town that I live in is not really cool and they're not chill like some of the country towns. So we're gonna have to do some serious modification. Basically, we were under the impression that we could be 5 feet from this property line, but apparently they're telling us we need to be 25 feet. So we're trying to figure out how we can change the ramp structure, especially because Corey and his crew don't have much time out here. And we're trying to figure out if we can like go closer to the house there, but we don't know because we're waiting to hear from fire code. And I need to get a permit, and this is gonna be a big mess. But in one day, so much is already done, and it sucks because now we're kinda at a halt until we can figure out what's going on.
Pretty upset, but we'll pull through.
So stupid. They're crushing our dreams.
I know. We're trying to figure out how we could change the ramp setup. We're gonna have to push closer to the house here and then figure out some sort of hip stuff. I think the pyramid's gonna have to go, but we're trying to be optimistic about it and figure out something that'll work.
If you know any way to bribe the city, let us know.
Nicole, stop it.
If your dad works for the state, or
your dad.
Thanks to the town, we're doing a little redesigning.
We had a hard brainstorming session and I think we were able to come up with a setup that's gonna be almost more fun than the original one, but I gotta wait on Corey to clean up some of the edges and make it look nice. We gotta take Jimmy to the airport. Sadly, Jimmy's leaving. When I get back, I will hopefully have the new layout so I can show you in the video and explain it to you.
It's awesome. It's definitely not that bad of a compromise. I think it's great.
I think it's gonna be more fun than before. I think it's like more interesting. Yeah, there's more stuff to do.
The imperfections of it is what's gonna make it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other course was sick, but it was just like too perfect.
I feel you.
But I gotta come back and ride it, man. I gotta come back. Like this video if you want Adam to fly me down to ride the ramp very soon.
Like this video if you want Jimmy to actually follow through with getting the money back for the flight that I bought for him that he flaked out on coming down for and still hasn't gotten the insurance money.
I've never been so sick in my life. Get out of here.
Dude, how long ago? Dude, they're not gonna honor the money. It's been like a year.
Dude, it's like a lifetime thing. Read the fine print.
To explain the issue a little bit further, with our initial design, we were abiding by the setbacks that were about like 5 feet on all the perimeters because the ramp was elevated and was a non-permanent structure. However, from the rear property line, we weren't aware that there was a 25-foot setback for some reason, like just some weird rule. And in addition to that, because of the square footage of the ramp, buried in the code, there's an 8-foot setback on the perimeters of the property too. Now, if you look at the original ramp design, this is a serious problem because the way that we had it, we had the back of the ramp like 5 feet from the property line, super close, and then with our tapered property, it was kind of close in that area too. Now, believe it or not, before we actually started the project, I spoke with the town. Code said it was cool. I called the building department, left a message. No one was getting back to me even over the course of a couple days, and we had to start the ramp, otherwise we wouldn't have time to do it, so we just went ahead with it. But someone called and complained, so here we are. So the first thing we had to do with the design is figure out how we were gonna keep the box jump line in because that's one of the most important things to me. So with that open space that we had in between the back of the ramp and the house, we were able to kind of like push that section and fit that in, but the rest is what was tricky to make flow well. So if you look at the ramp, you can see that what we did is we kind of pushed that whole box jump section back and we changed that 6-foot quarter at the end into a 45-degree hip. And then by doing that, it kind of like rediverts your traffic as close to the house as possible. Checked with fire code and there's no rules about that. We thought maybe we'd have to be a certain distance from the house. So that really helped us get a lot of space out of it. So we have that nice 45 hip, whatever you want to call it, which looks super fun. And then I wanted to still incorporate that pyramid hip, but we had to kind of chop out the sides to make it fit, unfortunately. So we put a little 4-foot quarter there, which should be cool because you can kind of hit it and like hip into the bank, or with all the speed after the box jump, you can kind of, you know, like long and low jump through it. We have a hubba there too, so it should be fun for like whatever bar manual grind or nose manual to grind. And then there's kind of like the flow where you can go up the quarter and back over the hip. and then over the box jump hip, and then over. So like, it's not as ideal of a situation as our first ramp. It's not as perfectly symmetrical, but given the amount of time, I'm really happy with the design that we came up with. And honestly, it might be more fun than the original one. What I do want to say though is how awesome the town actually was to work with once I got there in person. They realized the rush of this since Corey and his guys, they're in from Michigan and they don't have a lot of time. So they were able to help speed up the permit process. And the fact that I was just nice with them when I went in there made such a difference, because they're used to working with contractors that are like annoying and they're mean if they don't get what they want. And just being nice and respectful to them, they were able to help me out so much. And like, I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm 90% confident that we will be able to do this. We got pretty much all the approvals. There's like a couple more people that got to sign off on it, but we should have our permit tomorrow morning, I'm hoping. I definitely learned my lesson, and in the future, I know that just because it's an elevated structure doesn't necessarily mean it's okay. Non-permanent, I guess, only goes so far, but I'm excited. I think we should still be able to finish on schedule, and it's gonna be really fun. I'm still super grateful that like we're gonna be able to have the ramp and backyard. We'll probably have some leftover wood, but maybe we'll build something in the warehouse with it. I don't know. I've been tweeting about the situation on Facebook, and a lot of people wanted me to make a video explaining what was going on. So that is what's going on. You now know. This is still gonna be sick. I'm super excited, and I hope you guys are too. Thank you for all the support over the last couple weeks. It means the world to me, and I will see you guys next time.